What's happening, YouTube? It's your boy here, Letokonolo, also known as Tochi. Some other people just say Sony. So you do the math, man. Figure yourself out there. Okay, today I'm going to speak about a little bit of a concept here that most people are kind of afraid to dive in, or so to say, or some have already dove into it. So it's more around the whole idea of being a software developer if you require formal training for that. Right. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like I have in the past, like came in contact with people that have studied for software development or software engineering, and I've come across some other people that have not studied like formally within this field, right? And the difference, obviously, I mean, it's all personal. Let's be honest there. Let's try to bring that out there. It's more personal. Like for me, for example, I don't have what you can say a degree in this, right? But the one thing I do have, which is what I look into, because most of the time I have people coming to me saying, hey, can you please help out with this? Can you please help out with that, right? And I will have small sessions where I train people. And some people you kind of like, right in the middle of our training, you're like, what the hell am I doing? And the main reason is software development is more of a, I would like to say, an art than a science, if it makes sense. So interest is what matters the most, if you think about it, because I mean, you troubleshoot it most of the times. You write your code, you have problems. Most people, I mean, thanks to things like Google, people such as myself can be involved in developing software because I have to now find all the answers there. Some of them are on Google, right? Stack Overflow and such, right? So for the most part, it has become easier to become a software developer, but it also become difficult because there's too much information out there, like exposed. So back to the subject as to what you need to become one, a software developer, that is, right? And that is interest, really. If there's one thing, even if I'm asked to interview somebody, what I like to see from a person, like a candidate, I would like to see the hunger within the person, like in terms of wanting to know, so to say, right? Because what you do at school most of the time, it's, by the time you do it at school, it's already outdated. So school is always lagging behind in terms of what's currently happening within the job market, within the industry. So what I would say to you guys is that in order for you to make the right career decision, or rather to be within this space, so to say, you need to be more of a hungry person, a person that likes being out there making research, so to say, like finding out like the trends and stuff like that. And obviously a typical example will be this. If I hit an error while developing, I'm not gonna go into Stack Overflow or go here and there and then ask people, right? Or ask my team lead, hey, I'm having this error here. The first thing to do is for you to Google search and try to find all those issues there, like what is happening here. And that's what helps out in being a software developer, like having that, that interest, and also getting like the problem being something that kind of forces you to keep going. Say, I've hit this problem, but I want to keep going and searching and looking up until I find the solution. By the time you get the answer, like the reward is like, oh my God, it's wonderful, I must say. So software development is all about that most of the time. Well, obviously I'm limiting it to that, but problem solving is what you're getting most of the time. So what I would say to you guys as an advice out there, yes, it's important to have school. There's schooling, the education behind what you're doing, because, well, in the country that I live in South Africa, you need to understand that when you're getting shortlisted, people start looking at qualifications. I mean, I know it becomes less and less important, especially within our field, but all I'm saying is, don't let education be the only thing that you look into in order to become something. So make sure that within this here, you try by all means to go out there, look for information, equip yourself, have like a GitHub account where you push in code, help out people there, like, to be quite honest, how I got a job in software development, I was just a support person within a software space, right? I was supporting applications, and I was very lucky that I helped out a person like building a bootstrap kind of a front-end application, right, using Bootstrap. And I was building an API as well to pull all of those. Luckily, this person took my job and presented it to somebody else and say, hey, actually, I'm not the one doing this. Such and such is doing this. And that person, in turn, knew another person that was looking for a person that could help out with development. And I got a shot at an interview, right? So what ended up happening was I went for an interview. And when I got there, as I was asked questions, I asked if I could present what I know based on the spec that they've given me. And instead of answering a whole lot of things, what I understand by SQL or web APIs or front-end technologies such as your Angular, React, I had a small application that was built using all of those technologies, and I presented in front of them. And from then on, once I was done presenting my application, what it's doing and how it's structured, like the layered, then what happened was I closed my laptop and I said, okay, now I'm open for questions. And that became that. And I advise that you guys do the same. And that's basically that. That's my 2 cents worth. I hope you find it very interesting. Have a wonderful day. Tori, peace.